People are joining. Hey everyone. This is my very first live, so y'all can possibly tell me like what you specialize in and where y'all are from. Thank you all so much for joining. Oh, from Trinidad, so cool. Welcome, Glow Therapy. Los Angeles. Is Los Angeles or Los Angeles? I always get that mixed up. Nice. Jack Skin Bestie. Lovely. Hi. Masvita. Masvita. I think so, Raphael. Hello. I'm just gonna wait till it's exactly 6 o'clock and then I will start. But thank you all so much for joining. I do appreciate it, and I hope that today will be an impactful one because I have some lovely things planned today. So we'll see. I think we just have like 1 more minute. If there's anybody else that joined, y'all can tell me what you do and where you're from. Oh, I don't even know. This is like an old lipstick that I found and I was like, I've never used it, so I might as well just start using it. But it's been honestly like a couple years old. But thank you. All right, so I'm going to start, right? So for those that don't know me, my name is Renika Francis. I am from the Caribbean island of Trinidad and Tobago. And oh, what's the weather like? Oh, it's sunny, but it's getting a little bit cool now because it's evening time here. It's 6 o'clock here. So yes, but we typically are in dry season at this time of year, so it's sunny and hot in general. But it's cooling down now because it's evening. But yes, as I was saying, my name is Renika Francis. I'm from the Caribbean island of Trinidad and Tobago. I have been sugaring for almost 8 years. It is my niche service. It's my specialty. It's what I do most of the time. I was trained by Alexandria Professional, and I also eventually became an educator for Alexandria Professional as well. And well, now I am one of the newer mentors for Mr. Lulu. So today, as you know, we are going to talk about how you can incorporate Mr. Lulu's products into your hair removal services to treat ingrown hairs, hyperpigmentation, calm inflammation, and also to improve or increase your treatment value, basically speaking, right? So something that I wanted to lead with today is that when we do treatments on the face, right, we always ensure that even if it's something that is as gentle as an enzyme treatment, we ensure that our client's skin is well supported, right? We slather on all the oils, the serums, the moisturizers, sunscreen, every single thing that we know they need to support whatever concerns that exist in that moment. But when it comes to hair removal, I think unfortunately, I can speak for myself, I'm sure I'll be speaking for a couple other people as well, that when it comes to hair removal, we pretty much separate skin from hair, right? And we've been taught that hair removal is strictly about grooming for the most part, but when we think about skin, we think about facials and all these different things, right? But if we want to see great results with our clients when it comes to hair removal, we cannot separate the hair from skin. We need to be able to support our client's skin in the treatment room so that they can be able to get the best results possible, right? Because we are dealing with areas that are delicate, even more delicate than the face. We are dealing with areas that have concerns as well, like ingrown hairs, hyperpigmentation, texture irregularities. It's sensitive, barrier may be impaired, there's inflammation happening, and we cannot expect to just exfoliate the skin through waxing or sugaring and just think that it's okay to, you know, perhaps slather just oil or probably a balm on the client's skin and think that all is well, right? In order for our clients to get great results, we have to ensure that we support their barrier properly and that we also deal with the concerns that they are coming with. Because at the end of the day, when clients decide, okay, I don't want to shave anymore, I don't want to use hair removal creams anymore, I'm going to go to an esthetician to wax, I'm going to sugar, they are not just coming because of the fact that they want to not have to shave every 3 days or every week, right? They're coming because they believe that we will also be able to help them with ingrown hairs, with hyperpigmentation, with any, you know, skin concerns that they're having down there. They believe that we will be able to help them with that. And then when we don't necessarily approach our hair removal services as skin treatments as well, we kind of leave, you know, those results on the table, and our clients could end up not getting the results that they're really coming to us for, right? So that is something that I just really want you to think about if you have not yet been doing it, right? Because it's important for us to really support the skin for our clients to get great results. Another good thing is that, like I would have said in the launch video that I did, is that I have always approached my services, my hair removal services as skin treatments, right? And one of the benefits of doing that, something as simple as adding a mask at the end of the service, can literally like regulate your client's nervous system, right? As we know, most times when we're doing Brazilians, like we have clients that come traumatized from past experiences, or maybe it's their first time, they've heard horror stories, and they're nervous, they're sweaty, they're hot, and you know, then we're going to like rip all the hairs out of their, you know, vulva area. And something as simple as adding like a nice cooling, calming mask at the end, you know, can literally change your client's perception of the service itself, right? Instead of them leaving really tense and a bit stressed and in fight or flight mode, you know, when you put a mask on them and they're able to just relax a little bit, you know, they're like, okay, actually, I was overreacting. A lot of times I do get that, you know, I get clients that are super nervous, but then when I apply the mask on, it's like, oh wow, that feels really nice and cooling. And at the end of the service, they literally was like, it wasn't so bad after all. It actually wasn't so bad. So it definitely helps to, I guess, elevate your treatment. It helps to, you know, again, regulate your client's nervous system. They leave your treatment room in a better mood, right? Rather than leaving feeling a little bit traumatized. And it's something that can definitely help your clients want to come back, right? I have clients that literally sometimes when they come back the next time, some of them sleep. They're in a light sleep during their Brazilian service, right? I mean, they are hearing when I say raise your leg or open up or something, but by the time we reach the masking part, they're literally like in a little doze, right? So it's a good time, you know, for them to kind of de-stress and disassociate a little bit rather than rushing in, getting their hairs yanked out, rush back out. You know, you're leaving them a little bit anxious, and we want to be able to give our clients a great experience, right? So how Mr. Lulu's mask basically come in is that, as we know, as it relates to ingrown hairs and hyperpigmentation, typically a lot of times we may have to tell clients, you know, to come back in for a vajacial or something like that, because usually masks centered around treating ingrowns and pigmentation have a lot of acids in them, which make them unsuitable for after hair removal services like waxing and sugaring, right? So most times if we decide to use a mask after the treatment, it's usually centered around barrier repair and calming and cooling, which absolutely nothing is wrong with that, right? But if you want to be able to treat actual concerns after your treatment, after your hair removal service, then Mr. Lulu's masks are excellent for that, right? So if you have clients that are crunched for time and can't necessarily come back within a week or 2 weeks, then you know you're able to deal with their concerns right then and there. So that's the great thing about Mr. Lulu's mask. So today I'm going to show you how I mix them and how I, you know, be very intentional about the mask that I'm using for the client's skin, right? So I'm going to explain to you all the masks that I do use, or the products that I use from Mr. Lulu. So I hope, I'm trying to position this so y'all could see, right? Y'all can see, right? Are y'all seeing properly? You can probably put some hearts or something if y'all are seeing well. Right? So the masks that I use from Mr. Lulu are the clear powder mask, the bright powder mask, and I also do a mixture with the HAB3. So with regards to the clear powder mask, this is a mask that you would want to use with regards to ingrown hair. So if you have a client that has ingrown hairs in the treatment room, this mask has 15% sulfur in it. And sulfur, as we know, it helps to clear out the follicles. It is antimicrobial and it helps with inflammation as well. So it will definitely help with regards to ingrowns. It also has a lot of, it also has clays in them, right? The pink, French pink kaolin clay, I hope I got that correct, right? And so what this will help do, what these clays do in the mask is that it helps to calm and soothe the skin. It helps to detoxify the skin as well, right? So this is also something that we need in after hair removal, because we definitely want to calm the inflammation. So what this mask is doing is that it's calming the skin down, which is exactly what we need, while at the same time treating the ingrown hair problem, right? And again, it doesn't have any acids in them. And then you have the bright powder mask, which has similar clays to what exists in the clear mask, but it also has 20% niacinamide in it. And niacinamide, as we know, is great for hyperpigmentation, post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. It also helps to strengthen and rebuild the barrier of the skin, right? So if you want to help to suppress melanocyte activity and address brightening, this is a perfect mask that you can use as well. And again, it doesn't have acid, so it makes it great for right after hair removal. And then we have the HAB3, which is a combination of hyaluronic acid, and also 20% niacinamide is in this as well. Again, niacinamide is great for barrier repair. It helps with ingrown hairs and clogged pores, PIH, all of the good things that we need, and brightening as well. And then the hyaluronic acid is gonna act as a humectant to draw in water into the skin, which is also something that we need in the treatment room after hair removal. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to do the sugaring hair removal, and then I'm going to show you all how I mix these masks. I'm going to do 2 mixtures for you all to see, so that in that way y'all can have the most information that you need possible from this slide in order to use this in your treatment room. All right, so I'm going to now prepare to do the actual sugaring. just gonna put on my gloves and everything. And I usually like to double glove, especially with regards to sugaring, because we don't want any kind of incidents to happen. Well, let's just say the gloves break and then your hands get in contact with the client's skin, especially if you're doing like a Brazilian. So I double glove my sugaring hand, and then I just put one glove on my non-dominant hand. So what you would do is whatever it is you typically do to prep your client's skin for hair, to prep your client's skin for hair removal. That's the protocol that you would do in your treatment room. So I'm cleansing her skin right now. And then Alexandria has a second step, which is applying essential tonic, which is antimicrobial and antibacterial. And it also helps to prepare the hair for easy extraction. And then now I'm going to apply powder. And we're going to begin the sugaring process. So typically she doesn't have a lot of hair growth because she has been sugaring with me for many years, and somewhere in between there she did laser hair removal as well. So it has been reduced to like about 50%, but she still has hair growth, so she still needed to come back to get it sugared. But overall she has really good hair, good skin, right? She doesn't get ingrown hairs, and there is slight pigmentation, but other than that, she has really good skin under her arms. And the good thing about sugaring as well is that you can go over the area several times without causing any sort of severe disruption to their skin. So you really do get a nice smooth result in the end. I'm just making sure that I get out all of the hairs. Right, and I'm just going to quickly do the other side, because again, like I said, we're going to be doing two different mixtures, two different mask examples. So we're going to put one mask example on one side and the other one on the other side. And then for those who don't necessarily know what sugaring is and what the differences or benefits of it, sugaring is a paste that is made of sugar, lemon, and water, so it's an all-natural formulation. It is gentle and suitable for all skin types. And also it is not hot, so there is no risk of burning client skin. And as we know, sometimes with heat, that can lead to pigmentation, especially in clients that have melanated skin. So we don't have that risk when it comes to sugaring. And then it's also typically removed in the direction of hair growth. So there's usually less hair breakage, which results in less ingrown hairs. But it does not eliminate the need for clients to have to do their home care. Like, it's still an important part of their home. They have to do home care in order to see great results. Right? Okay, so we are finished with the sugaring. And this is where the mixing of the mask will come in. Right? So I'm hoping that you all will be able to see. Right? So what I'm going to do, right, I'm going to do like the most complex one, basically speaking. So if you have a client that has hyperpigmentation and ingrown hairs, I usually would mix the clear mask and the bright powder mask together. Right? So I'm going to do, basically you want to do like a 1-to-1 ratio, right? But we're just doing it for one underarm, so I don't want to mix too much. Right? And then, as you know, clays are usually, they draw out sebum out of the skin, but typically when it comes to intimate areas and underarms, right, it's not oily. So what you want to do is that you can customize the mask a little bit to tailor or to better suit your client's skin. So that's where Mr. Lulu's oils would come in. He has the face brightening oil, which is great for brightening. It also has the soothing oil. So if you feel like you have a client that there's a lot of redness involved, the soothing oil will be a great option to use. And then there's the extra nourishing oil. So if you have clients where their skin is really dry, then you can put a few drops of oil in there. So basically, when it comes to the mask, you don't want it to be too watery. You want to mix it to a creamy texture. Again, I did not put much, right? So there isn't much in here because we're just doing one underarm with it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the brightening oil for this one. Right, so I'm just going to put like a few drops, well, 1 drop, because it's not much. We don't want to put too much oil in it because, as we know, oil and water doesn't mix. And so it's just a few, just to add a little moisturizing factor to it as well. And also what happens, why I would suggest using the oil as well, is because the hair follicles right after hair removal is usually clay, it's empty, right? So this helps to act as a little bit of a buffer, because as we know, usually in areas like intimate areas, it's a little bit more sensitive, right? So I'm gonna just apply this. Well, actually, let me mix this other mask here. So this is the HAB3 one. Right, and then we're going to put a little bit of water in here as well. We want it to get into like a gel-like texture. Right, so as you can see, it's not dripping or runny or anything, right? And that's what we want. Let me just put this here. And I'm going to just put like a few drops of the soothing oil as well in it. So like if you have a client that again is a bit sensitive, you can use this mask mixture. Right, so I'm just going to apply it on the area. I'm going to do the HAB3 one here. Right, so it's clear. And what this is a great mask. So if you want to add LED to your treatment as well after hair removal to calm inflammation, to kill any bacteria that is there, this is a great mask to use because it's translucent and it will not interfere with the ability of the LED light to actually do its job. Right, and then you have this other mask that I'm going to apply, which is the one with the mud, well, the clay, sorry, on this side of the arm. So you want to leave that on for like anywhere between 5 to 7 minutes. You literally don't need to leave it on for too long, right? But it will do what it needs to do within that time. And y'all can, be creative with your treatments, right? You can even add high frequency to this as well. I mean, what I'm showing y'all here, you can also do on the vulva area, right? So you can add high frequency to your treatment as well to help target ingrown hairs. If you did any extractions with regards to ingrowns as well, that helps to, kill any bacteria, speed up healing, calm inflammation in the skin, right? So y'all can play around with your treatments and have fun. I mean, basically what I did here was like demonstrate a vajacial, right, or underarm facial after hair removal, right? So after you do hair removal, you would want to do like extractions, right? Do the high frequency if you wish, right? And then apply the mask, and then you can, well, I'm going to show you all what I do to finish up basically using Mr. Lulu's products, right? But when you treat your treatments like this, really and truly, you allow yourself to address skin concerns that your clients are actually coming to you for to treat, right? So you don't leave anything on the table. You don't leave it up to them to figure out, right? You're dealing with the concerns right away, just like you would do if you were doing a facial. You will ensure that whatever the client needs in that moment, you will, put all the products to address that. So that's what we're actually doing here in this situation, right? So I'm going to remove it for the sake of time, right? And then I would just show you all how I use the products again to finish off the service. Sorry, y'all can't see. Okay, so then you can use the HAB3 again, right? And you put some some water, right? And then apply it to the skin. So again, this helps to support brightening, barrier repair as well. It's good for ingrown hairs and clogged pores. So you're finishing off on a nice note. And again, you can use any one of the oils from Mr. Lulu's collection. The soothing oil if you sense that there's some sensitivity in the skin, the extra nourishing if the client has really dry skin, and the face brightening if you want to, target brightening a little bit more in the end. So that is basically how you can use Mr. Lulu's products to support you in the treatment room, right? You don't need to wait for your clients to come in 2 weeks. You can do it right away. Of course, if the client does need extra support in their skin, then you can tell them, well, come in the next 2 weeks and we'll do a full vajacial or underarm facial so that you can truly go into, all the exfoliation and everything that is necessary to help them with their skin concerns. So I hope that this, live would have definitely been impactful and useful to you all, right? And showing you how Mr. Lulu's products can support you in the treatment room, right? And of course, by doing things like this, you can make more per service. And of course, it's all about being intentional about what you are doing, right? We're not separating hair from skin, because if the barrier is not healthy, if we are not addressing the concerns that our clients are actually coming to us for, then we are leaving good results on the table, and we are also leaving money on the table. So again, we want to do this because we want to be able to help our clients get the best results possible. Masking as well helps to regulate our clients' nervous system. It helps them to leave our treatment room with a better perception of the service in general, making them more willing to want to come again and try, knowing that there's a reward at the end where they could actually relax, right? Oh, and something I wanted to mention about the HAB3 as well. For those that like jelly mask, right, you can apply the HAB3 before and then put the jelly mask on top. So that's another way that you can use the HAB3 serum. So Mr. Lulu's products are very versatile. It's not just for the face. You can use it on the body as well to support you in the treatment room. And like I said, by doing all of this, you get better results, and it also help you to be more intentional about your services, help your clients to get better results, and it also helps to help you to make more money per treatment. And you're not exploiting your clients, you're actually giving them more value for the treatment. So you don't have to feel guilty if ever you charge a little bit more, right? So I hope that this live was impactful. I thank you all so much for tuning in, and thank you all for joining. Thank you all so much. If you all have any questions, y'all can possibly let me know. All right. Does anyone have any questions? No? I explained everything that good? No questions whatsoever. Okay, well, thank you all so much for joining, and I look forward to seeing you all in another live or, sometime else. So thank you all so much. Take care. How do you end this? I'm not sure. Thank you so much, Cara. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.